Hi everybody, Dr. Hart here, and I just thought I would send you a real complimentary message to all of you who completed and submitted assignments over the last weekend, and also highlight a question for you. First of all, as far as the compliment is concerned, it was a pleasure reading through so many of your assignments that had the correct scoring guide on the first page. It was evident that this, to me, anyway, it was evident to me that this really helped you to focus on the particular requirements for the assignment. Now, this was particularly important because, as you know, I was very heavily involved in recording those MP3 messages over the weekend, so I was not able to participate as much as I would have liked in the draft discussions. However, I noticed that many of you did post your drafts, and you included those scoring guides. And so when I saw those scoring guides in your assignment submissions, I knew right away that many of you had taken the time to go through your assignments and ensure that those assignments did have the required elements in them. And it really saved a lot of time. I had sort of a similar situation last quarter, and I was not as good in asking people to put those scoring guides at the beginning of their assignments. And it came to about week 7 or 8, and people submitted these assignments. I had not been able to comment too well on their drafts, and I had to return many of those assignments. I gave them time to finish them without any penalty, but this time, in this quarter, when you folks did include those scoring guides, it really made a difference. So congratulations to you. There was a little bit of confusion on the part of some of you. If you remember, I did have that message about how to use those scoring guides, and I gave an example of a first page in my posting. I think that was in the Ask Your Instructor discussion. Unfortunately, some of you took that example of the front page of the assignment and thought that it was supposed to be used in your assignment. Now, the scoring guide in that example was from ED 7662, the design course. But I saw some of you who took that example from 7662 and then put that on the front page of your assignments in 7672 or in 7652. So surprisingly, many people still got 100% on those assignments, even though the wrong scoring guide was at the beginning. So please pay attention to that. Use only the appropriate scoring guide for the specific assignment. So if it's assignment U08A1, I don't know what that is, whether there's one like that in your course, but let's say there's an assignment U08A1. Use only the scoring guide for that assignment. Don't use the example I posted. I showed the example just to show you how it should look, but you should use the specific scoring guide at the beginning of your assignment and indicate your ratings and use that as a checklist to ensure that you've got all the required elements in there. I have scored and graded all of the discussions through Unit 7, and all the assignments are all caught up, so all of your grades are all caught up right now. And one more thing, I am going to post a question to all of you in the Ask Your Instructor discussion about what you thought about those MP3 feedback messages. It did take a lot of time to create those, and there's always a question about the value of those messages. Now, some people said that they really liked them. I haven't heard from some other folks, so I'm not sure what value those messages brought to you. And as you saw, I was not able to get into some of the discussions because of the time I was spending creating those MP3 messages. So I'd be interested in hearing from you what you thought about that. So I'm looking forward to closing out the course over the next 3 weeks or so. Let me know, as usual, if you have any questions. Bye now.